there trainers, welcome to another Axie Infinity video. My name is Wesley, aka Captain Aqua of Salad Ventures, and today we are going to talk about how to use the Axie Marketplace to find the right Axies for your team. Now in this example, we will be talking about the double aquatic lineup that I am so passionate about, with the team made up of the classic backline Koi, with Goldfish, Piranha, and Shoalstar, with a midline Nemo, also with Goldfish and Shoalstar, but with Angry Lamb instead for the mouth card. And for this current search, we are in fact going to jump to the backline first. So what you need to do, my friends, is to simply go over to this portion and give the aquatic button a click. Alright, just to clarify that for you, if everything is cleared up, it will look something like this. Once you hit the aquatic button, all these many different aquas will start to appear. Now, when it comes to picking the right team, you don't want to just jump the gun at the lowest cost Axie, alright, because it might not make any sense for you in Arena and especially PvE, alright, because that is where you get to earn your SLP. Now, for example, if we go ahead and check out this fella, you will notice that you have his stats all over the place. Now, this is the genes that belong to this particular Axie. D for dominant, R1 for regressive genes 1 and regressive genes 2. Now, there is a extension that you can actually download for your browser, and it is called Freaks Axie. Alright, so a big shout out to the creators of this extension that allow you to, in fact, in one glance, look at the genes of any Axie that you are looking at, and it will all be revealed to you instantly. Now, from what I gather, the dominant genes will give you about a 70-80% chance of being passed over to the children, alright, any offspring of the Axie after they breed. For regressive gene 1, if I'm not mistaken, it's about 9% or so, and about 3% for the R2. So obviously, for example, if you have like Lucas, Nemo, Herbivore, Cerastes, Goldfish, and Gravel N under this guy's R1, there's a 9% slim chance that it will be passed over to the children instead of the dominant gene. So again, back to the whole topic about how you don't want to randomly pick cards just for the sake of it. Now, honestly, this guy isn't too half bad, but he doesn't have a lot of damage output, right? You notice that all his cards, aside from Sugar Rush, is quite low in damage. So again, what you want to do is to key in the body parts that you need. So for backline, I would highly recommend that you go for Koi. You also get yourself the Goldfish, and you can sort of switch it up with the mouth, right? But in this case, I'm just going to put down a risky fish. Angry Lamb is a very popular card, so I don't expect him to be available in the market. And what we are missing is the horns, right? So in this case, it is the starfish on his head, the Shoalstar, and there you have it. Currently right now, the cheapest one in the market is going for 0.1314 Ethereum. And you will notice that he has a lot cleaner genes compared to the other Axie that we just saw. Now, it's ooh, wow. In fact, now that I'm looking at this, this is a very clean fella. But you notice that his breed count is on 6. Now, on that note, right, let us dive in further. Now, this friend here, 0.1325, he's being sold over the day. That will see him drop as low as 0.09. Will offer you a very, very nice set of skills. Everything that you are looking for here, alright? And essentially, for more details about why this double aqua composition is good, there is another video that you can check out, which has me going into further detail. The link is in the description below. But essentially, what you want to notice is the breed count. Because as you are earning SLP and you are considering breeding Aquas or any Axie together in the near future, so that you can expand the number of Axies you get. Because the more Axies you get, the more energy you're going to get, the faster your energy recharge is going to be. And ultimately, if you want to bring scholars on board with you, etc., you definitely need a very big Axie pool. So this fella, having already spent a lot of his life breeding, which I'm sure has made him very happy, he is already at 6/7, meaning to say that for the final time that he can actually breed, it's gonna cost him a ton of SLP. You can see right here, it's very small, so I'm not sure whether you can make out what's the requirement, but the love potion required for the next breed, the SLP required is 2100, right? That's a staggering amount of SLP. But in hindsight, it probably is worth it to a certain extent if you can farm that amount of SLP, because what you are guaranteeing will be a purebred child, right? So in this case, if I were to be so bold, I would actually recommend the 5 breed count over here. Honestly, as I'm making these videos, these guys don't look half bad. It's making me a little bit tempted in regards to that. I will definitely have this amount of SLP as we build up for the breeding itself, right? And my SLP will unlock on June the 12th, right? So grinding every day, he needs 1300, right? So significantly less than the 6 count, and he is not exactly too expensive. But then again, the reason why he is so cheap in relative terms to the Aqua, is because of his breed count. Now, let's say we bring this bad boy all the way to the side. Let's say with 3. You can see that all the prices go up. This is the breed count, all right? And you actually don't really need to bother with the pureness, because it won't really change anything, because your parts have already been included. So it is very, very likely that they are all holding on to fish parts. 1 or 2 of them may have an eye or ear that is not a fish part, but that is very, very unlikely. As you can see, it's blue across the board. You can tell from the left side, it's already from top to bottom, it is blue, 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 all the way down. Now, you don't have any more clear Aquas here, right? Their genes are a little bit messy, so you have a small chance of your kids having some nasty part that will just ruin their value. And if you want to find yourself a clean 3 breed count Aqua, oh boy, 3, oh, there we go. So speaking of 3, our friend here, who is very delightful to look at, is going to cost you 0.35 Ethereum. Now, you ask yourself, when you compare 500 SLP to, let's say, 1200 SLP, that's a $700 SLP difference. Now, is that worth it when it comes to comparing the ETH? I kind of think it is. So, honestly, if you are thinking of starting a farm, if you are looking to breed Aquas, this is something that I am very much looking forward to. I may very well get the previous guy that we saw earlier, because like I said, 700 SLP, I would probably take 3 to 4 days to farm that amount, and that is with me not playing a lot, right? I've normally been playing just the daily quest and maybe a few hours of or maybe just 1 hour extra arena just for fun. So if you think about it, it's not a good deal when you compare these, right? Let's say we pull him up in a separate tab, right? And we bring this fella back to the 5 that we saw earlier, right? And let's compare them. This is the fella. Oh, I love his price now that I think about it. See, 1200, 1300 compared to 500, right? So you need that additional 800. But then again, I'm forgetting a very important point here. This fella from the 3rd count will be able to breed again, the 4th count and the 5th count, and it won't be too crazy, right? You might even push yourself to breed at the 5th count as well, making him a 6/7. You can still sell him I suppose, at a decent price at 6-7, as long as you're not fully used in the breeding farm. So at the end of the day, there is definitely some calculation needed. He is probably close to triple his value. So at the end of the day, clear genes is what you are looking for, right? So as we move along, you can see that we have a separate page here that will give you a full understanding of all the different cards that belong to an Aqua Axie. Again, the link for this amazing webpage is in the description below. We also have a very special Axie pricing calculator that is brought to you by the guys from Axie.tech, right? And the link also is in the description below. This actually allows you to see what are the current pricings. All right, I kind of closed that page there, so let me just go back there really quickly, and this time go to 0 count. Right, so friends, Koi, Risky, together with Showstar, and you also have your goldfish, very important body part. Voila. These friends are looking very expensive, more expensive as the day goes by. It kind of saddens me that I was a little bit too excited. After all, I only did start, and I have sold a couple of these. Axies, not the koi ones, the Nemo ones, but they were priced very cheaply, like 0.3, 0.25. So they could probably fetch a little bit more. Speaking of Nemo, right? Let's just jump in on that. It's only just one keyword to change. All right. Okay, that's not too bad. It's one on the market now for 0.25, so I wasn't too far off the market rate. But at this rate, it's still probably going to climb. Yes. So Nemo is actually for your backline. So it's quite straightforward, huh? You have them almost identical to one another. And for the midline, which I will talk about later, you could actually switch Risky Fish for Angry Lamb. I do like Angry Lamb, but that part is going to be very rare. But I digress. We are talking about 0 breed count. And for us to find a pure aqua, there you go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's going to cost you a staggering 0.8999. So honestly, right off the bat, if you were to get yourself a pure, let's see, 3 count, 0.9 by the way, that guy, almost a full coin, yeah. You get this fella to come together. There we go. 0.35 guy. Get him to come together with the... Do we have a 4 count, by the way? I think we might have a 4 count. So it takes a little bit of time to load all the little breeding stats. Oh, this guy was very close. Look at that wall gecko. You could almost be tempted to pick him up, right? Nobody would blame you. He is brown though, so I'm not sure how many of you actually fancy a brown looking fish. To me, he looks a bit questionable. Here we go. 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, it will cost you 500 and 800. 1,003 SLP to breed them together. Combined cost to pick them up is about 0.7372. 0.37. Let's just say 0.37. Wait, no. What am I saying? 0.73. Pardon that mathematical failure. 0.73 ETH. And you might be able to sell the kit for 0.9. Not too bad of an investment, I would say. Will somebody buy the kit at 0.9? That remains to be seen. But there you go. Essentially, these are some of the things that you can consider. And once more, we talked about the 2 aquas and how to go about using the marketplace. Very straightforward, very simple, and we're just going to give this a close here, right? So it is all at your disposal. And one last thing to throw in. if you were to call upon this fella, right, and you were to, let's say, grab his ID, this is how it can go in tandem with the calculator that I just showed you guys, right? But one thing about the calculator that I want to highlight to you, friends, is it doesn't show you the regressive genes, and that could be a problem. Right, they're currently close to 5,000. All right, and the recent sale was in April. That is such a strange thing. I find it very hard to believe that the last... Oh, right! You know why? Because this was the fella that I was talking about. He's weird. No, he's not weird. This guy is weird. He picked up the the stats wrong. He put sleepless here. Oh no. That's pure. I have no idea what I'm talking about. We might need to edit this out. Yeah, he's pure. But how has it been that nobody has bought him since the end of April? I find that very hard to believe. But hey, in any case, this will give you a general idea of the listings. You can see right now, of course, that he is currently at this price of 0.132. That's him, right? Yes, and you do have the two closest to him. So they give you the pricing options. It's quite easy to pick up. And the market's all going haywire right now, so it's a little bit hard to compare these two prices together. You really have to get a good gauge on the market. But at the end of the day, that is really how you take that closer look. I would still recommend you going into the stats page to look at the R1 and the R2. Those are going to be very important, right? So with that, very straightforward. You have all of this here, and if you want to potentially find some who are a little bit mixed up, right? You can actually lower the breed count, and you will actually notice that some of these freaks will appear, right? Here comes freak number 1 with reptile ears, freak number 2 with reptile eyes, freak number 3 with plant ears. So you are guaranteed a body part from another Axie, but it's only going to be the eye and the ear because you have already keyed in the parts here, right? You have already keyed in the parts here for Risky Fish, Shoal Star, Goldfish, and Koi. So you are definitely only going to get these slightly more unique aquas that have eyes and ears that are not aqua. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this. I'll tell you why. Because his speed gets affected, right? He's only at 55 speed. So if you go up against, say, an aqua, that aqua, if it's pure, is most likely going to start first. So I think at the end of the day, what you want to have at the very least is going to be, pardon me then, what you want to have at the very least is a bird ears, right? Because that gives you 3 speed as well. So your speed is matched with other aquas, pure Axies. You can see, of course, that this fella costs a bomb, and rightfully so. He is pretty clean, yes. But yeah, you really need to figure out what is it that you prefer. We even happen to have one Axie here who doesn't even have an aqua eye or ear. He does have the little owl eye, so that gives him the speed, but the reptile ear makes him lose out on 2, so his speed should be at 55, yes. So he can mix and match really when it comes to this. Sale history, 4 hours ago, he was sold... Oh, are you kidding me? Oh, you are kidding me. Look at that deal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what hunting the marketplace can do for you. Staggering deal, 0.1. Wow. Wow, that is absolutely insane. So, as you play around with this, you are definitely not going to be able to find another one out there if you pull it down to 3 without removing a part. So this guy, we can straight away guess he's gonna have a weird mouth. He's got 2 beast parts for the eyes and the ears, and yes, target the fastest enemy with Dark Swoop. This is actually a backdoor aqua. Very interesting. Very cute backdoor aqua, right? And this will be perfect as a backliner. Oh, actually not, because thanks to the beast set that he got here, our poor friend actually is down to 53 speed. Okay, so on this note, this is quite interesting, yeah? Let's go ahead and play with the customization a little bit more. If we actually go down here, you will notice that we have others. This is actually a lot better, right? This is actually a lot better. If you want to go for this backdoor, it's going to cost you a lot, right? So that goes without saying. But in the interest of teaching you how to use the marketplace, you now have access to the aqua eyes and ears with the bird mouth, maintaining his high speed, right? Losing a bit of health, obviously, because of the bird part, and essentially having him quite brilliant, in fact. Yeah, doesn't look too messy as well. Quite straightforward, yes. So, at the end of the day, that is how you control your searches in order to really find the team that will suit your playstyle, suit your meta, and suit your budget. Now, if you can't afford the pure breeds, that's when you have to mix them up a little bit. Maybe if you really want to buy a pure breed that is a die case for you, then you can adjust the breed count so that they are going to be a lot cheaper, right? And from time to time, you can even go over to the dashboard and await some of these outstanding deals that will just pop out from nowhere. This is one such example. 0.1, we check him out. He actually looks pretty good. Let's buy him now then. Whoa! Oh no! This was actually a very, very good bird to pick up for barely anything. Right? 0.1. Holy smokes. Yeah, I think somebody purchased him already. That's how quick it is, right? That's how quick it is. You can actually see here. Oh, another 0.1. No, but this guy's messy. This guy's quite messy. I think they're just looking for a quick sale more than anything else. I won't pick him up because it's a little bit too risky. Nothing else here for 0 breed count. 0.35. That's not gonna be not gonna be interesting. And it will update every now and then. Yes. So again, quite straightforward to see. Ooh, another one. Might as well, huh? Since we are live now. Sticky goo. Apply aroma on this Axie until the next round. Oh, that's quite interesting. So they prioritize him. But the silence whisper in the front, that's just nasty. I don't like that at all. Yeah, play around with it, have some fun, and again, we have all the relevant links in the description below. Don't forget, for full details about the double aqua team, you can check out the other video. That link is in the description as well. Thank you so much for watching, trainers. Hope you've learned something new. And of course, don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you found this video useful. And of course, we'll be more than happy to put out more content in the near future. Very grateful and appreciative for your kind support. And we would love to engage with you more through the comment section below. But for right now, of course, as always, this is Captain Aqua signing off here. Take care, stay safe, and continue to see green as you play Axie Infinity. Bye-bye now.